How bad will it get under Donald Trump? For the next 4 years, we will have to deal with a narcissistic, megalomaniacal con artist bigot with no political experience and a wife who was working in the United States illegally, even though he wants to kick out all the criminal illegal aliens, as he says. We knew that, right? And we sort of know that we now need to focus on what is likely to happen and what is probable to happen. And when you have the House and Senate, when you have probably 3 or 4 Supreme Court picks, a lot can happen. Abortion rights are going to be whittled away. The economy, historically not that good under Republicans, much better under Democrats. We will see what happens there. We can expect regressive tax cuts. The rich will get richer as a share of total wealth. We may see a repeal of the Affordable Care Act. It might be replaced with something. It might be replaced with something worse. It might be replaced with nothing. And the U.S. is going to be an embarrassment around the world. We'll see declining relations with other countries. Other countries will be less willing to involve the United States. It will hurt our standing in a really significant way. And the right wingers to the Supreme Court are really the biggest concern to me. Trump has already said he's going to pick from a list provided to him by the Heritage Foundation. And we are talking about 6-3, maybe even a 7-2 conservative Supreme Court that will decide in favor of corporations more often than it will decide in favor of individuals. And this is a major concern because you can work more easily, Rachel, to compartmentalize Donald Trump's ability to make long-lasting change within a 4-year period. But the Supreme Court is the area where you're talking about multi-generational impact from a guy who doesn't know the first thing about anything related to being president. And for me, the biggest concern is the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I've kind of always felt that if there's an overwhelmingly large amount of one party in the Supreme Court, it kind of undermines the whole purpose, in my own opinion. I really think it would definitely fare better if there's something in place that could have it a little bit more evenly split, but that seems to not be feasible now.
The discussion of Trump being in over his head is coming up a lot now. I mean, how can Donald Trump, Pat, have a conversation with Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, for example? What on earth could Trump talk to him about, right? Or German Chancellor Angela Merkel? It's just silly. I mean, it's not even an issue of policy. It's an issue of what on earth is Trump going to be doing there? Now, the day-to-day life for a lot of people is not going to be different. And this, we sort of joked yesterday. I've still got my dentist appointment next week, and it's Veterans Day on Friday, and the sun came up today, as President Obama said. But the truth is that this will disproportionately affect some people more than others, right? And particularly, even when we think about what would happen if the U.S. went in the direction of stifling free speech and really went full authoritarian. I mean, I'm glad that anytime I want, I can go back and live in Argentina. Anytime, if I wanted to get Israeli citizenship, I could do that. I could potentially get Polish citizenship. But there's a lot of people who don't have that mobility, and they are going to be disproportionately poorly affected, especially since we're in Massachusetts. If Obamacare goes away, we had something else already that supersedes it and goes above and beyond Obamacare. So people here, we have nearly complete health coverage in Massachusetts. In a lot of ways, there's a way to be insulated from this, but not everybody has that, and that's really scary.
Yeah, how do you prevent a dictatorship? I suppose I'm just this kind of reminiscent of Turkey, and I'm thinking of the prime minister when the riots were going on and people were turning on the television to cooking shows, and
right.
they had absolutely no idea what was going on with the riots. So I'm just worried that might happen.
We need independent media. I thought, sadly, that a Trump win would be better for shows like ours than a Hillary win, and that's probably true. I didn't vote for Donald Trump, but I've spoken to a number of hosts who say, if Hillary wins, our shows will continue. If Trump wins, the shows will do really well overnight. Many, many new David Pakman Show members signing up, just a lot of activity. And I hate that this is where we are. But if there is a silver lining, it's that the audience on our live stream last night seemed to understand this is serious now. This is really serious now. And corporate media is not going to help out. Forget about it. It's not going to help out. So upping your cable plan to get in a couple more movie channels and keep continuing to contribute to corporate media, it's not going to change what we saw, because it was independent media talking about Bernie Sanders. It was independent media pointing out some of the obvious inconsistencies and just flaws in what Donald Trump was saying. So please, if you value what we're doing and understand we need to support it going into the midterms in 2020 and 2022, sign up for membership. davidpakman.com/membership. Warby Parker is offering a free 5-day home try-on to give you the opportunity to check out their glasses. I personally wear Warby Parker glasses when I'm not wearing my contact lenses, and I also started with one of these free at-home try-ons of 5 pairs of glasses. You can get your free home try-on and support the David Pakman Show at warbyparkertrial.com/TDPS. I don't really like going into glasses stores and trying on glasses while the salesperson sort of hovers over me, and I like more than 30 seconds to actually figure out whether I like the glasses. So with the Warby Parker home try-on, I was able to pick 5 pairs that I liked, put them on in the comfort of my own home, pick the one I like the most, and then Warby Parker put my prescription lenses in there for me. A lot of people don't know that the eyeglass industry is controlled by just a few big corporations that keep prices very high, like $300 for prescription glasses high, which is just insane. Warby Parker glasses start at $95. That's what mine cost. And for every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need. You can try 5 pairs and see what you like. Check out the at-home trial and support our show by going to warbyparker.com/TDPS. It costs nothing.